Hey guys, Catherine here. Today I wanted to show you a couple of the tools that I use to shoot my hiking videos. And keep in mind, if you are not a person that makes hiking videos like I do, these tools can be used to take awesome stills if you are out on an adventure and you just want to go ahead and set up an awesome shot, especially if you're solo hiking and you don't have anybody to take that photo for you. It'll help you set up an awesome shot that you can then set your timer for and run in front of the camera and take an amazing shot. I use it for both, actually. I use them for both. So the first one I'm going to talk about is my Joby Gorillapod. This thing is amazing. It looks really funny, but it is an amazing tool. I originally bought this. I was using it with my DSLR camera because at that time I was bringing my DSLR on the trail. And this is capable of carrying a load of 6.6 pounds. It can hold the DSLR, and it can be bent into pretty much any configuration that you can think of. So it can actually wrap around a tree branch, hang it upside down from a tree branch. If you just want to sit it on a rock, it can just be used sort of as a small tripod. I chose the one that has the ball head because you can actually unscrew this and even get more angles and have just more options with the ball head than you would just sticking it straight on one of the standard Gorillapods. This thing is just absolutely amazing. I try not to leave without it. I occasionally forget it, but it doesn't weigh very much. I'll put the weight below. I don't recall what it weighs exactly, but it is well worth it to bring this on trail. It has a level here. You can detach it like so. It's just a little level with a little bubble so that you can make sure that your horizons are straight when you're taking those photos, and you can leave it on the camera if you'd like, and that way it's ready just to go. Snaps right into place. So this is amazing. The one downside I would say is obviously it's short, so it doesn't work like a really tall tripod. It sits very low to the ground, so if you don't have a tree to attach it to or a really high rock or a tree stump, you're kind of limited as to the height of the tripod. So it's going to sit pretty low. So if you're looking to get a sweeping shot, you might have some trouble with that in that regard. What I would normally do in that case is just hand hold it, so you're going to get some shake, unfortunately. So other than that, I just love this thing. It's just amazing. I actually have a little mini version for my iPhone that I take out with me sometimes too if I want to just do a quick time lapse, because my iPhone is capable of doing time lapses. So I can set it on this just so it's somewhat level, and it does the same thing, and just let it roll with to do a time lapse. So that's a really cool little tool. This one's pretty cheap. It's kind of a cheap knockoff. The other tool that I use is called the Stick Pic, and it's just this little plastic piece with a screw on top, and it screws onto the bottom of your camera, and it's got this little circular hole through it. So it screws on like so, and you just attach it to the end of your trekking pole. So you want to make sure it's on there really securely, so you want to give it a few turns until you feel that it's really snug. And what it does is it turns your trekking pole into a selfie stick. We're at location number two in Little Lakes Valley. I personally don't like my mug taking up the entire frame in the camera, so I like to actually have a little bit of distance between myself and the camera so you can kind of see what's going on behind me, see some of the scenery and the beauty that's behind me instead of just me and maybe just a teeny bit of the background. This tool comes in very handy. I use this a lot. I've used it in many of my shots, and occasionally I will just, if I'm trying to get a really quick shot, I'll just hold it up in front of me, but I try to use this most of the time, so you probably don't realize I'm using this, but I'm using this as well. It's a great little product. It's just twists on really easily and very tightly, and I will put a link for this little tool as well below. So the other thing you can do is you can actually flip it around, and I've done some cool angles where I can actually kind of get people walking and their feet just below, and hold this down very low, and just get them from behind and their feet. And so it's just really a great tool to get creative with your shot. So I hope you enjoyed this info, guys. Again, if you don't film videos, these are just really creative tools that you can use to shoot great stills out on your adventure. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.